Production support for award-winning News 6 has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and this public television station.
Hi! We're the 6th grade class from Ayersville Elementary, home of the pilots. Welcome to News 6!
Today on News 6, we'll see how useful crafts are made from scratch wood. We'll learn how two brothers are helping kids make the right decisions. And we'll find out what it's like to represent Ohio in the nation's capital.
Hi, I'm Dennis Mangus from Ayersville Elementary. Welcome to News 6. With this week's first story, here's Jenny Tracy.
Roger Engel has been working with wood in one way or another for many years and has learned to handle woodworking like an expert. He showed News 6 the skill involved in his craft.
While most of us stay on the buying side of woodworking, Roger Engel works with scratched pieces of wood to make arts and crafts of all kinds. How do you get a craft from a scratched piece of wood?
Okay, Brad, I get my ideas and then I draw them on a piece of paper. Then I lay them out on a piece of 1 by 12 pine usually and trace them on that, and that's how I get started to cut them out. From there I take it to the scroll saw, cut out the pattern, and then after taking it from the scroll saw, I take it to a sander, and my disc sander sand all the edges. I take my belt sander and sand the top so it's nice and smooth. After I feel that it's ready to paint, I will take it to the router, which I put the beveled edge on it, and then come back and run it across the sander one more time for a final finish. And then we take it and paint each individual little piece that I draw out.
What kind of things do you make?
I make various objects. Right now, as I showed you, I was drawing on a puzzle. But from there, I make bookshelves, I make towel bars, I make little Amish people, I make rocking horses, doll beds, just numerous things that I do make. One of my specials is a train I make. I would love to make toys, durable toys for children to play with. I love kids and I love to give them away. I sell them, of course, too, but if I see a family that's in need of something around Christmas time, I will donate it or give it to them just to make them feel happy, so I can see a smile on their face.
This week, News 6 is being produced by Kathy Rass, 6th grade class at Ayersville Elementary. Ayersville is located about 5 miles southeast of Defiance. It was founded in 1849 and has a population of about 500. About 4,000 live in Ayersville's local school district.
Most television programs we see today are mainly for our entertainment. Tim and Kim Tracy have developed a TV show that both teaches and entertains. They talked to Kelly Hunt about the program and even invited the class for a little audience participation.
A lot of kids need a little help making the right choices in today's world. Tim and Kim Tracy have developed a TV program called Faith For It that does just that.
What is Faith For It and what does it do for children?
Well, Faith For It is a children's TV show that helps children make the right choices in every area of life. We've developed this show over the past 2 years to reach out to the community any way we can.
On the Faith For It program, we always incorporate things like object lessons, puppets, music. We do a lot of singing. We do about everything we can think of, just creative things. Anything that will give a visual aid to get across the point that we're trying to get across to the children. So if we want to get a point across about just saying no to drugs, possibly we'll have a puppet come up and say that they said no to drugs for one reason or another, and it gets across the idea that they can say no to drugs too.
Where do you get your ideas for your shows?
Well, what I'll do is I'll come up with an idea on my own, such as making the right choices in life, since we're talking about that. And I will think of things that have happened to me or somebody I know and try to incorporate that into our stand-up skits and the characters that we've already developed and everything. I'll give them lines and so forth around that very thing. I'll pick a character and build a show around that character. And from there, I'll take some puppet skits. We have a puppet skit we call Super Maynard, and we have Coward Roselle, who's our roving reporter, and we'll do puppet skits around that very thing.
Why'd you start Faith for It?
Well, we see a lot of things on TV and so forth that really are kind of degrading and not necessarily the right things for kids to see. And what we wanted to bring across was a program that no matter what the age group or whatever, they could tune into our program and get some wholesome, good television that would be good for their everyday life.
Kids U lets the kids of Northwest Ohio say what's on their minds. We asked the 6th grade class at Ayersville, if you were on a deserted island, what one thing would you want with you? Here's what they had to say.
If I were on a deserted island, I'd like a companion.
If I was on a deserted island, I'd like Tom Cruise with me. If I was on a deserted island, I want a boat. 59. 60. If I was on a deserted island, I would like a mansion.
While most of us just doodle and draw for fun, Gina Zimmerman of Ayersville has drawn for a statewide art contest and won. She showed her award-winning design to News 6 and told us about her winning experience.
Gina Zimmerman was given the privilege of representing Ohio in Washington, D.C. when her flag was chosen for Art Youth Month. She told Lindsay Butler what it was like.
How did you come up with the design for the flag?
Well, first I drew the state of Ohio, and then I drew AUIM, which stands for Art Youth Month, and then I drew the scissors and crayons and pencils that stand for art, and then I drew Young on Art because that was supposed to be the theme of the whole thing. And then I drew Ohio on the side, and then I drew in the colors in the background.
How did you feel when your design had won?
Well, Mrs. Lockey, my art teacher, she called my dad. When I got home, my dad told me, and I was just so excited I just went everywhere.
How many people competed against you?
First it was the school, my school, and then it was my area, and then it was my state of Ohio.
How did they honor you in Washington?
Well, I had a ceremony in the Capitol building, and then we had a banquet, and I got little pins that have the Young and Art design on them, and I got to meet Representative Latta, and we took there was other kids there, and there was pictures, and we took pictures and with their flags in the background, and it was really nice. And
thanks, Gina, for joining us on News 6.
That's all for this week's show. Join us next time when News 6 travels to Bellevue, Ohio.
Production support for award-winning News 6 has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and this public television station.